Oh, it's a beautiful day. I'm so happy right now because La Tesla is no longer in the S&P 500. Welcome back to Strong Man Personal Finance. My name is Christopher Belly. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a long-term boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. And did y'all hear the news that Tesla My Esla was removed from the S&P 500? Apparently there was a bunch of accounting fraud and this and that. I'm just kidding. So, contrary to popular belief, Tesla was not removed from the S&P 500. It was removed from the S&P 500 ESG, Environment, Social, and Governance, I think, Index. So ESG is basically this new freaking liberal, politically correct classification where if you're a good person and you want to save the world, but you don't want to invest in evil stocks, you can invest in ESG ETFs. So it's basically what it is. So Tesla has been removed from the S&P 500 ESG. Tesla is not going to be freaking removed from the actual S&P 500. That's crazy. As soon as I heard that, I was like, this doesn't make sense. There's no freaking way that Tesla was removed. So let's go check out a little bit more about what happened. La Tesla. So apparently the S&P Dow Jones Indices has removed Tesla from the S&P 500 ESG index, citing issues including racial discrimination claims and crashes linked to its autopilot vehicles, a move that prompted harsh tweets from Elon Musk. So apparently, to get into the ESG S&P 500 ESG, you have to follow a certain type of guideline. Now, I went ahead and did a little bit of research, and the whole premise of this ESG thing is stupid. So apparently, if you're a company that makes controversial weapons, tailor-made weapons or non-tailor-made weapons, or you use thermal coal, or you're a tobacco company, or you extract from oil sands, or you make small arms, like if you make pistols, apparently you can't be in the ESG index, or if you do military contracting. Apparently all of these things are just so evil and bad that they don't belong in the environmental, social, and I don't know, cock gobbling index. What does the G stand for? I think it's governance. It's a freaking joke, okay? So just because Tesla has been removed from the ESG index means absolutely nothing. And the whole premise was, Tesla is not meeting certain requirements. I saw a little bit more detail. Well, here we go. Let's look it up for a second. So apparently it said that Tesla's lack of a low carbon strategy and codes of business conduct, along with racism and poor working conditions, affected Tesla's score. So they have some kind of scoring system where they give different weightings to different things. I mean, honestly, at face value, this is freaking stupid. Okay, I'm not a fan of Tesla stock. I'm not a fan of Elon Musk. I think he's a grifter. But the whole idea that they're going to remove Tesla, which is a electric car company, which there's arguments as to whether electric cars are more are good for the environment or better than internal combustion engine vehicles. They probably are a little bit better for the environment. So for them to kick off Tesla, which is revolutionizing, low carbon emission electric cars, it doesn't make sense to me. And honestly, I think it's just a political backlash. So Donald Trump is gone. He's no longer the president. He's not on Twitter anymore. He's probably coming back. So Elon is the new, evil bad guy that, liberals, Democrats, leftists can point to and, basically blame all their problems on him. Elon's a new grand enemy because now he's trying to acquire Twitter and he's making it more free speech, whatever. So Elon's pretty pissed about this. And I 100% agree because I believe they actually have ExxonMobil. Yeah, they have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and ExxonMobil on the environmental, social, and governance list. What a freaking joke, okay? This makes no sense. And I'm not a fan of Tesla, and even I think this is freaking stupid. So you go look on Elon's Twitter, And I think he's rightfully pissed about this. In the past, I voted Democrat because they are mostly the kindness party. Yeah, just raise Chris Bell's taxes. But they have become the party of division and hate, so I can no longer support them and will vote Republican. This is probably one of the main reasons why they removed his company. It's all about freaking politics, okay? And if y'all don't think this has anything to do with politics, you're a little ignorant, okay? You got to realize the world isn't just this like, beautiful place where, moral codes are followed and everybody's impartial and biased. Even organizations like, the S&P 500, their Standard and Poor's, they're going to have political biases, especially on ESG boards. And to remove Tesla, which is, pioneering, alternative ways of fueling our economy, powering our economy, besides internal combustion engines, to remove them from this is freaking stupid. This is so idiotic. Now you go down here, and this is a tweet by Elon. What is an ESG score? It determines how compliant your business is with the leftist agenda. I mean, I don't know why else you'd remove Tesla. Okay, like every company probably has racist incidents. Every company probably has some kind of carbon emissions. But to kick off Tesla, it doesn't make any freaking sense. It's so stupid. And here's Elon saying political attacks on me will escalate dramatically in the coming months. Yeah, because he's buying Twitter, which is a leftist cesspit. ExxonMobil, the gas company, is rated top 10 best in the world for environmental, social, and governance by the S&P 500, while Tesla didn't make the list. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, if you're investing for your retirement, investing is it's not necessarily a moral thing. You don't have to be 100% behind everything that you invest in. At the end of the day, you invest to make enough money so that you have a fruitful retirement. Now, if you're 100% against the company, okay, you don't have to invest in it. But the problem with ESG is it's determined by the companies that are investable are determined by a board, that has a certain kind of criteria. So even if you are morally against one kind of company, you shouldn't not invest in the S&P 500, which is 500 of the largest companies in the United States, because you don't like one of the companies in there. Because your only alternative is an ESG index, which is going to have these arbitrary, politically motivated transitions that could potentially screw over your long-term investment returns. I mean, you go back to the list. I mean, like, are guns really that bad that you can't invest in a gun manufacturer or oil sands extractors? I mean, but you can do ExxonMobil. I mean, tobacco. Okay, most people are against tobacco, but not this guy. I mean, a lot of these are just, I don't understand, like, why you can't invest in a military contractor. What's so evil about that? It's freaking stupid. Like, it's definitely it's a 100% leftist, stamp of approval on a certain index. And it's kind of arbitrary. So this whole thing is freaking stupid. And I 100% support Elon Musk in being freaking pissed about this. Even a hater like me is gonna get behind Elon Musk. So I don't know what's going on. I wouldn't touch ESG investments. Most companies that meet the criteria for ESG, like here we have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla. Well, Tesla's gone, or it's about to be gone. I mean, it's all basically the same thing. Just because a company meets a certain compliance score, it doesn't mean freaking crap, because they can just hide stuff that they're doing. It's a joke. The whole ESG thing's a freaking joke. Do not invest in ESG. Own the entire world. And if you don't like one of the stocks in your index, too freaking bad. Okay. That's part of investing, because if you don't like one of the stocks in the index, you're going to end up buying some other stupid index that maybe you partially agree with. Because like maybe let's say you don't like a company in the S&P 500. So you're like, I don't want to invest in that company. So instead, you invest in an ESG company. And let's say you don't have a problem with weapons, but you dislike tobacco. Well, if you like weapons manufacturers, you still can't invest in them because ESG has arbitrarily chosen to exclude those. Even if you hate tobacco or oil sands, you're still missing out on other companies that could potentially help you build your wealth in the long run. It's so freaking stupid. So just because the Tesla was removed from the S&P 500 ESG index, I don't know how dominant these things are I mean, I'm sure it has some kind of effect on Tesla's market cap because they're going to have to sell the shares, obviously, to remove them from the index. But this isn't like the death knell of Tesla. The only death knell of Tesla is going to be, well, it's not going to go out of business. What's going to kill Tesla's stock valuation is if they miss revenue, which they're going to at some point, 100% guarantee it. But this incident, they're not being removed from the S&P 500. They're not. They're being freaking removed from some stupid liberal index. So it doesn't mean freaking crap. So let's see some of the comments. People want to see blood. Strongman versus Lafufu. I actually do want to have a boxing match with Jeremy. I've never boxed before, but I would love to just pound the crap out of him. I would train my butt off just so I could crush him in the ring. And one day, y'all think it might never happen? It's gonna freaking happen. All right, let's see. Stopping the truck stop probably like, this is bullish. It's politically motivated BS. This whole thing, it's not the S&P 500. So you see all the clickbait titles. People are messaging me, oh my God, Tesla got removed from the S&P 500. No, they didn't. They got removed from a freaking soy boy index. Yeah, S&P soy boy 500. I mean, some of the companies that I saw on that list that they exclude, like weapons manufacturers. Okay, I mean, people have to make. We have a military, right? They need weapons. Like, I don't see the freaking problem with that. Oils. What's so bad about oil sands? So we can have ExxonMobil in there, which also produces oil, which is apparently evil and bad. But oil sands are extra bad, so we can't invest in those companies. Now, the thing that also pisses me off about ESG. Remember how oil, was super, like a lot of the oil stocks sold off massively. And they actually had some of the best returns, recently. Like oil stocks have been freaking killing it recently. Well, guess what? If you invested in the soy boy index, this freaking liberal douchebag index, you missed a lot of gains. So it's stupid to me. Tesla dropping like a stone. I mean, yeah, the whole market's dropping. Like I said, I'm not going to celebrate Tesla's death and destruction, at least market cap wise, until they miss earnings. Did you catch Jeremy talking serious trash about index funds? Oh, you got to please email me the timestamp. Please, somebody send that to me. I need to react to that. Because Jeremy, of course, is threatened by index funds because he can't charge $2,500 every 2 years. I actually know his exact prices now. He can't charge $2,500 every 2 years if everybody bought index funds, to tell you to buy freaking trash stocks. Tesla's a data company. Yeah, Tesla's a data. They're freaking everything. Tesla needs to buy tattooed chefs so they can get into the S&P 500 ESG. Oh, maybe tattooed chef one day will be in the S&P 500 because there's such a great business model with that 10% gross margin. We're gonna freaking crush it. But no, I'm actually 100% behind Elon on this. I think this is a stupid little political game these people are playing. 3K Tesla share with 7-year Honda. Good on gas. Okay. The most recent Millennial Money is awesome. Graham trashed Jeremy on the silver investment. Actually, this Millennial Money sounds pretty juicy. I might actually watch it. Like, I don't have a ton of time to watch, a bunch of YouTube videos. Maybe I'll put my volume on really low at work and just kind of like listen to the podcast while I'm doing freaking taxes. Oil stocks are rising because they are not drilling like they did before when oil was scarce. When they caught up with demand, they were stuck with all this overflow of oil. Yeah. Now that all of oil is outperforming all the ESGs, same with defense companies. Yeah, it's so stupid. Why would you miss returns? The whole point of investing is to retire at some point. And to arbitrarily exclude companies like this, it's stupid. Now they remove Tesla from the ESG index. Idiotic. Stupid. 100% think that's dumb. Political BS. Anyway, that's it. I need to go to bed. I got work tomorrow. Cheers.